I heard the call of your soul. I know the darkness you silently face for having chosen righteousness when the whole world seems to be moving in the opposite direction. I prepared this meeting to calm your heart and confirm that your choice was not a mistake. If this divine word is already touching your spirit, tell me in the comments your name, the country, state, and city you are listening to from now, and what time it is where you are. As an outpouring from your heart that longs for my presence, write in the comments, Lord my God, I am here. I signed up because I love you and want to hear you. And, as a gesture of faith, become part of this family. Leave your like, activate the bell for our meetings, and stay with me until the end. I will give a clear answer today. A phrase will be whispered to the heart of whoever remains, and whoever writes that phrase will receive prophetic blessings released in faith. I feel the deep pain you hold in your chest. I feel the weight that crushes your soul when you look around and realize that truth has become a joke. There are dawns when the silence of your home witnesses your stifled weeping. You feel the cold of rejection and the weariness in your eyes from trying day after day to be a righteous woman, while the dishonest seem to prosper and smile. I know that tightness in your throat. I know how much it hurts to swallow injustices so as not to repay evil with evil. For it is written in the book of Matthew chapter 7 that wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But how narrow is the gate and difficult the road that leads to life. You, my daughter, chose the narrow road. You preferred the pain of honesty to the ease of sin. And I contemplate every wound that the world has inflicted on you because of this solitary choice. Have you ever wondered, in the midst of your anguish and tribulations, if it was worth continuing to be good? If all the love and righteousness you spread were not in vain? There's a hidden reason why the world applauds what is wrong, a secret about this fleeting prosperity that tries to discourage you. I'm about to show you what really happens to those who walk this broad road. Do you believe that I am your justice? Then write in the comments the word of your soul at this moment, unwavering, and pay close attention to what I'm going to reveal about the false brilliance that has been trying to blind your faith and steal your peace. I know the injustice that wounds your soul when the dishonesty of others seems to prosper without consequences. You look around and see people who lie, who deceive, who hurt others to get ahead in life, and apparently they reap the best fruits. Their superficial joy seems untouchable. I feel the bitter frustration that goes down your throat in those moments, the crushing weight that settles on your shoulders when you try to do everything with integrity, with righteousness, and yet you find closed doors while the dishonest parade with ease. But I tell you, my beloved daughter, not to look only at the surface. In the book of Psalms, chapter 37, my word warns you not to be angry because of evil men, and not to envy the wicked, for like green grass they will soon wither and fade. Prosperity born of deceit is like a structure without a foundation. It may even seem shiny and firm from afar, but it has no true root, no lasting life, and at the first strong wind of trial, it crumbles and disappears into the void. Your righteousness is different. It costs painful tears. It costs dawns of solitude and renunciation, but it is deeply rooted in me. However, the false brilliance of the world has a hidden purpose that your human mind has not yet fully understood. There is an exact and predetermined moment when my scales shift. An invisible storm is approaching, which those who have chosen the wide and easy path will not have the slightest strength to withstand. It is at this exact point of breaking the pride of others that your greatest liberation will be established. If this comfort has descended like a balm upon your weary spirit now, let your appreciation serve as a living seal of our encounter. Unite your life to this home of faith by gently subscribing, and as an act of genuine love, share this word with that soul that also silently weeps for justice. Before we move forward, what does your soul whisper to me when the injustice of the world tries to stifle your peace? Write in the comments our new word of faith, declaring your position before heaven, hope. For what I prepare in secret for those who choose truth will change your story, and I will show you how your pains have been transformed into a sacred offering before my throne. The world has offered wide and stained shortcuts, but you have been a steadfast flame, resisting the darkness. This daily resistance of yours is an altar of genuine worship, And because you know the immense value of spreading truth and goodness, if it is possible for you, only if it is possible, transform your gratitude into a seed of love for this sacred space. Consider my unconditional love and the love of my Son Jesus, and support us using the link in this video's description and in the pinned comment. There you will find the safe place where your contribution of love can be deposited and consecrated before the Creator of all things. You can support with any amount. And remember, only give what fits peacefully in your heart. I receive with infinite love. The size of the offering doesn't matter, because what truly matters to me is the sincere heart with which you give. For what seems little to you may be much to those who receive and are nourished by this work. Those who contribute any amount with a pure heart, please remember to include your name and city with your contribution. For on the first day of the month that begins, in a unique and special video on our Divine Love the Voice of God channel, your name will be remembered and mentioned in a heartfelt prayer of gratitude. For it is written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 25, "A generous soul will prosper, and whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, your Lord, and none of them will fail to bear fruit. I see your effort in secret and reward it in the sight of all." Remain with me until the end of this message, for I still want to touch your heart with my voice. I behold the greatness of your heart and your pure intention to walk beside me, spreading light wherever you go. I know that at times, when you try to offer your loving support, unexpected barriers arise and the banking system refuses your contribution due to strict security measures. My beloved, do not grieve or be discouraged if this happens on the first attempt. I only ask that you contact your card issuer and confirm that this gesture of love is genuine and desired by you. Then, try again with vigor, renewing your valuable offering, for your support is the foundation that sustains this work of justice and will be honored with abundant and infinite blessings. Our divine love deserves this effort. And know something very special. I will make sure to thank you personally. If your intention is pure, whether your contribution arrives now or faces some setback, I myself will reach out to you in an intimate and welcoming email. I will speak directly to you. However, I know that choosing good drains your strength. You have been exhausted from being the only one doing the right thing in a corrupt environment. There is a limit to human weariness, and I know yours. Do you want to know what I will do when your knees buckle in weakness in the middle of this journey? If this care calms your heart, enjoy this video as living proof of our bond. Subscribe to this haven of peace to continue hearing my guidance and share this message to restore the strength of another weary soul. Tell me, when the silence of the night falls and the weight of the world crushes you, what is the whisper you let escape to the sky? Write in the comments our sealed word, surrendering your burden into my hands, relief. And prepare to see how I transform your exhaustion into your greatest strength. I hear the silence of your doubt when exhaustion tries to steal your true hope. There are moments when you lay your head on the pillow and the weight of having been strong all day crushes your chest. The weariness of doing good is a lonely pain, my beloved daughter. You forgive those who didn't apologize. You extend your hand to those who turned their backs. You swallow the harsh words your will wanted to shout, just so as not to hurt the other and not to tarnish your peace. All this requires immense strength, and I know that your strength is reaching its limit. The trial whispers in your mind that being good was your biggest mistake, trying to convince your soul that your sweetness and kindness only brought deep scars. But I came today to silence this lie that torments your thoughts, for it is written in the letter to the Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9, that we should not grow weary of doing good, for in due time we will reap the fruits if we do not give up. Your spiritual exhaustion is not a sign of weakness, but the mark of a warrior soul that refused to surrender its integrity, even wounded in the midst of battle. Every time you chose forgiveness instead of revenge, you were planting precious seeds in my eternal garden. However, I do not want you to collapse under this emotional weight. Your burden has become too heavy because you have tried to carry the injustices of others on your own shoulders. There comes a time when human courage is no longer enough, and that is precisely where my supernatural comfort comes in. I have prepared a hidden nourishment for your desert days, a daily provision that will renew your mind and heal your wounded emotions before the sun even rises. You do not yet fully understand how to access this hidden manna that will bring immediate relief, but I am about to deliver that key directly into your hands. If this spiritual embrace has brought warmth to your weary soul now, leave your like to seal this comfort and agreement. Welcome this sacred space into your heart, gently inscribing yourself in it, and share this light with that friend who is also exhausted from fighting alone. Tell me in the depths of your silence, what do you most yearn for when your strength seems completely depleted? Write in the comments the word of our refuge today, sealing your surrender. Rest and open your heart, for what I bring next is exactly the daily remedy you have been asking me for in tears in the early morning. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey, which I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book, Devotional Divine Love, the Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day, in silence and intimacy, being the daily remedy to heal your weariness of doing good. Access is also available via the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. It is a gift with all my love and care, where the only cost will be your love, your presence with me, and your faith. For it is written in the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31, "But those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." And when you feel in your heart that you should support and contribute to our work and to divine love, the support buttons are in the same links. And to shield our communication and protect our daily encounter, I have prepared 2 sacred and blessed refuges, a group on WhatsApp and another on Telegram. I ask that you enter these 2 spiritual homes so that our love and our daily contact will never be broken by anything in this world, through the same support and contribution link that you already know in the description and the pinned comment. If the storms of this world try to extinguish this space of divine love, we will remain unshakable, hand in hand, intact and blessed for eternity. There will always be a welcoming embrace for your prayers, and I will continue to guide your steps, speaking softly to your heart. In the With Me groups, you can be in communion, requesting blessings, praying, conversing with one another, and also receiving my messages with much greater intimacy and closeness. You are my greatest love. You are my divine love forever. I love you infinitely. However, this love we nurture does not prevent you from being tested by the flames of injustice. You have not been forgotten in the midst of suffering. Your character has been deliberately pushed to its extreme limit, like raw gold thrown into the furnace. The world looks at your silent pain and believes you are being destroyed, defeated for choosing righteousness. But they do not understand the secret process I am carrying out within you. What will happen when the temperature of this trial reaches its peak? If this promise of refuge has brought peace to your thoughts, confirm your faith by enjoying this moment of intimacy. Inscribe your soul in this place of welcome and share this invitation with those who also seek a word of life on grey mornings. Answer me. What does your soul cry out to heaven when it feels the fire of trial is too strong? Write in the comments our word of overcoming, sealing your resilience, purified. And listen to the sound of the chains that are beginning to break now, because the true glory of your righteousness is about to be revealed. I behold the unwavering beauty of your character being forged amidst the greatest tribulations. When the fire of trial burns your days, your soul feels the unbearable heat of injustice. Your heart perceives the weight of the ashes of dreams that seem to have been lost because you chose not to cheat, not to lie, not to step over anyone. The smoke of pain often obscured your spirit, and you thought I had left you alone in the furnace. But I never turned my compassionate gaze away from you. For it is written in the first letter of Peter, chapter 1, verse 7, that your faith, much more precious than gold that perishes, even though tested by fire, will result in praise, glory, and honor. The world watches your struggle in silence and mocks, believing that your goodness is a weakness, that your honesty is a naivete that has left you behind. They don't understand that the fire didn't come to destroy your essence. The fire came to melt all the illusions around you and reveal the pure brilliance of your character. Every tear held back, every time you chose forgiveness instead of retaliation to maintain your integrity, Your spirit became stronger and more radiant before my angels. But the gold process doesn't end in the furnace. There is a moment when the heat ceases and the jeweler lifts the piece to reflect the light. You are about to emerge from this desert, my daughter. And when you emerge, something surprising will happen to those who tried to diminish your light. What will my justice do in the face of the accusations you silently endured? If you feel that the affliction is finally losing its strength, leave your like as a testament to your spiritual resilience. Unite your journey with our purpose by subscribing gently, and send this message of strength to those who are also silently enduring struggles. Before I reveal the next step in your victory, tell me honestly, what virtue does your soul wish to keep intact, even after so much pain? Write in the comments our word of faith to seal this moment with God precious. And pay attention, for the breath of restitution has already begun to act upon what you considered lost. I feel the pulse of your pure heart beating strongly when the memory of past injustices tries to haunt your peace. Do you remember that time when your loyalty was torn apart by the one you helped the most? Disappointment cut your soul, the ground seemed to disappear, and the human urge was to scream, demand your rights and retaliate in kind. But in the silence of your inner self, you swallowed the harsh tears and surrendered the judgment into my hands. This purity, invisible to the eyes of the world, is exactly what moves my right hand in your favor. For it is written in Psalm 24, verses 4 and 5, that he who has clean hands and a pure heart, who does not lift up his soul to falsehood, he will receive the blessing of the Lord and the righteousness of the God of his salvation. Remember Joseph, who chose the darkened prison rather than sin against me, and in due time I raised him up to rule over all who doubted him. I assure you, my daughter, the same relentless and loving justice will cover your life. Your story was not written to end on the page of humiliation. Those who walk the broad road believe that the righteous lose in the end. They believe that their peaceful silence was an acceptance of defeat and weakness, but they don't know that my apparent delay is only the time necessary to prepare the stage for their exaltation. There is a movement in heaven happening at this very moment, a divine reversal that will honor every tear you have shed for choosing good. Can you imagine what will happen when the doors that were locked in your face open at my irresistible command? If this promise has ignited a new flame of courage in your heart, take this moment to affirm that you believe in my action. Subscribe to this refuge so you don't miss any of my directions on your journey, and share this comfort with those who need to remember that I am the righteous judge. Answer me with the truth of your heart. What does your soul cry out for when you look at the old wounds I'm healing today? Write in the comments our sacred word for this offering, justified. And prepare your spirit for what I am about to reveal, for the reward for your righteousness is already descending from heaven towards you. I know the exact rhythm of your heart as the waiting tries to wound your faith. You have looked at the horizon of your days countless times, tasting the salty flavor of anguish, thinking that your chapter of victory had been torn from the book of life. The closed doors you silently faced seemed definitive, and the empty echo of the corridors of your own home whispered that your righteousness had been forgotten. The pain of seeing those who used lies reaching high places, while you with clean hands seemed stagnant, brought an almost unbearable weight to your chest on those cold dawns when sleep wouldn't come. But I tell you, my daughter, that your story has not ended in the valley of oblivion, for it is written in the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 61, verse 7, that instead of your double shame, you will have double honor, and instead of humiliation, you will rejoice in your portion. The harvest time has arrived. The wind of the Spirit has already begun to blow in favor of your life, dissipating the smoke of pain and rejection. The reward for your loyalty has already torn through the clouds and is descending directly upon your lap. Those who laughed at your integrity and doubted your faith will be eyewitnesses to the supernatural upliftment I am preparing for your journey. The scenario is changing because I myself am moving the pieces in your favor. The turning point in your story has already been decreed and signed by me. But there is a final coronation, a last seal of peace that will completely transform your destiny so that no one can ever steal your true joy. Do you want to know what the definitive mark of victory is that I am placing upon your life at this moment with God? If your spirit can already feel the warmth of this promise, leave your like as an unbreakable covenant of our faith and gratitude. Sign up for this healing space so that our communion may grow with each sunrise, and share this word to lift the arms of those who are giving up on their own harvest. Reveal to me in the most intimate whisper of your soul what your heart sings, knowing that I am rewriting your future with my own hands. Write in the comments the word of our sacred covenant today. Honored. And prepare your heart to beat faster, for the revelation of your intact destiny will seal your encounter with me once and for all. I feel the peace that begins to settle in the depths of your soul at this moment with God. The world tried to shatter your essence. The humiliations, the lies, and the apparent prosperity of the dishonest were like furious storms trying to tear away the crown of integrity that I myself placed upon your head. There were days when you almost surrendered that crown, believing the weight of righteousness was futile. But you silently endured the insults, chose forgiveness, and kept your hands clean. Your crown remained intact, for it is written in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 11, I am coming soon. Hold fast what you have, so that no one may take your crown. The destiny of those who choose the broad road is an illusion that vanishes in the wind. But your destiny, my beloved daughter, is to inherit the eternal reward and the unshakable peace that the world can never buy or destroy. The crown of life is already assured for you, and restitution for all that they tried to steal from you will blossom before your very eyes. Humiliation has become a stepping stone, and pain has transformed into spiritual authority. You no longer need to carry the burden of injustice. Let me be the guardian of your crown and the shield of your soul from this day forward. If this revelation has sealed your faith, leave a like as proof that your hope has been reborn. Unite your life to this channel by subscribing gently, and share this truth so that love may reach other lives. Now, in the depths of your stillness, what does your soul choose to embrace as I lift the weight of your past? Write in the comments our final word of faith for this journey, crowned. And quiet your spirit, for I have a final reflective revelation that will deliver the key to your true strength. I feel the sweet relief that now fills the empty spaces within you. This message was not a chance occurrence on your journey, but a preordained encounter in heaven to restore the certainty that I am your unshakable refuge. The path you chose may have been narrow, surrounded by misunderstanding and loneliness, but it was this very choice that shaped the rare beauty of your character. Each time you swallowed the pain of injustice and chose to act with love, you were creating your own miracle. You did not walk alone through any of these difficult moments, and everything you endured served to prepare you for the abundance of peace and grace that now descends upon your life. And because you trusted, because you chose my voice over the noise of the world and remained attentive until this last word, I now deliver the spiritual key that was promised from our first moment together. Write this phrase in the comments, declaring with all your faith and in response to my love for you, I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Let this truth echo within your soul. This is the weapon that destroys any sadness and the certainty that no storm can paralyze your steps. But my dialogue with your heart does not end here. There are profound mysteries and silent healings that I still want to reveal to you through the messages in our playlist for our journey of love is eternal and daily. Remain attentive, for my voice will continue to call you. And now receive this whisper in the depths of your spirit. I am your perfect righteousness. Rest your soul in my arms. Your victory has already been sealed.